A very good morning, students. So, here we are back again, right? We discussed megasporogenesis as well as we have started with our types of pollination also. So here I am taking first question from our pollination, and our first question is that you have to mention the scientific term for the type of pollination which is observed between different flowers of same plant. So this is a previous year's question, and this is just 1 mark question, that what is the scientific term between when there is a pollination between different flowers of the same plant. Answer is very straight up, that is gamy, right? Three types of pollination three types of self pollination and cross pollination we discussed. That is the autogamy, right? One is getonogamy, and last one was xenogamy or allogamy. So when we say different flowers of same plant, the answer will be your getonogamy. Okay, second, they have asked to give technical term, and technical term for type of pollination which ensures genetic recombination. Now bacha, in this type of question you need to subtract your options, right? You know that your this autogamy and getonogamy, they do not go for genetic recombination, right? You know that because most of the time they are using the same plant or the same flower. So there we are having only one option. Most of the students in this type of question, they just write the cross pollination, but bacha, he has not asked you, he has definitely asked about the pollination, but the technical term. So in technical term, in the cross pollination, we have one option, that is xenogamy, and we know that there are 100% chances that there will be genetic recombination. So in that, for 1 mark question, you have to be very, very specific. Then 3, any biotic agency, any biotic, I'm not saying abiotic agencies, any biotic agencies that can show or that can bring about your pollination. 3, bachak, question reading is very important. Now many of us, we jump out that we know how many types of pollination are there, agencies of pollination, but bache, biotic agencies may there will be insects, right? You can write down about birds, you can write down about animals, you can write down about bats. So these all are the correct option for biotic agencies. Then another about the pollination, we will go for one differences, and that is very important differences if we say, and the differences is between your getonogamy, right? Getonogamy, as well as they have given the allogamy. So I think this is the easiest answer because they both are opposite. Okay, so one side we are going difference. See, difference means you have to write always in this way, right? There is no doubt in that. Either it is 1 mark question, or it is 2 marks question, or it is 3 marks question. If it is a difference, you have to mention it in this way, right? First, though, you always write down the definition. So transfer of pollen grains from anther of a flower to stigma of another flower of, what should I write? What should I write? Of same plant. This process is known as your geitonogamy. And what will be in allogamy? That will be transfer of your pollen grains. Transfer of pollen grains from where? Anther of a flower to stigma of another flower on different plant of, but one thing is very important to write, very important to write, of same species. This type of pollination is known as allogamy. And second, you can very confidently you can write, it does not result in genetic variation. It does not result in genetic variation, but definitely cross pollination है, allogamy है, तो it results in genetic variation. And many of you must be wondering that, ma'am, what is allogamy? बच्चा xenogamy को हम allogamy भी कहते हैं, right? So xenogamy also known as allogamy also. The next question I am taking is, that is, what is the fate? This is very important, very kind of, you can say that the question which can be asked from your female gametophyte, that what is the fate? बच्चे fate होती है किस्मत कि अब इसके बाद क्या होगा. What is the fate of haploid megaspores, right? This is megaspores formed by, I'm just writing MMC. What is MMC? Megaspore mother cell in an angiospermic plant, right? So they have asked कि now form तो हो गया है, so what is the fate? What is the fate of haploid megaspores? Okay, so answer is, if you know about the female gametophyte, you know that haploid megaspores, how many haploid megaspores are formed? First, 4. You should be clear about those things. So our first point, you should always mention that out of, first you can draw it also, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of 4 megaspores, this is chalazal end, this is micropylar end. So out of 4 megaspores, 1 is functional, which is towards, this is very important, many books they don't mention this line, that which one is functional. Bacha, only the megaspore which is towards the micropylar end. This is very important to write. The megaspore which is towards micropylar end is only functional, while others degenerate. So out of 4 megaspores, 1 is functional, which is towards micropylar end, and others 3 degenerate. First point is clear because this is 2-mark question, so we will write second point also. Only functional megaspore. Which one? Only functional megaspore enlarges in size and develops into female gametophyte. What is the another name of female gametophyte? Which structure represent female gametophyte? That is embryo sac. right? So this this process, or this is very important, last में conclusion लिखना, this process or this method of development of embryo sac from a single megaspore is known as which kind of development? We discussed it today. That is monosporic development. Those students who are new to my channel or who are new on my channel, they can I will mention the videos link in the chat in the description, so you can go through these lectures till the pollination, right? So next question, I hope this question is clear, right? Then the last another question quickly I am taking is that out of, from the female gametophyte only I am taking, out of 8 nuclei of embryo sac, we know that there are 8 nuclei. There are 3 at micropylar end. Now the question asked is, how many are at chalazal end, and how many nuclei form secondary nucleus? Very, very important, right? We know that if there are 3 at the which end? Micropylar end. Okay, so it means if this is our embryo sac, this is chalazal end, this is micropylar end, so this is synergid, right? And there is egg. So he is talking about how many are chalazal end. So we know that 3 antipodals, they are 3 antipodals are at which end? Chalazal end. Very good. And 2 polar nuclei, they fuse to form secondary nucleus. 2 polar nuclei in center fuse to form, what do they form? Secondary nucleus. So see, if concept is clear, so you can answer any kind of question in any kind of way, right? Because answer will be same, only the mode of representation of answering can be different. The another question is important, but many times students, they get confused with this question. Getonogamous flowering plants. Getonogamy means your self-pollination. Getonogamous flowering plants are genetically they are autogamous, but functionally cross-pollinated. Can you justify it? So justify this statement. Many students, they feel confused in this question. I don't know why. Very simple question. Bacha, you should read the question 2 times. Getonogamy means again self-pollination. Autogamy is also self-pollination. First, you should mention that what is getonogamy. So getonogamy involves, what does it involve? 2 different flowers, but 2 different flowers of same plant, right? So definitely it is genetically, we can't say morphologically, it is genetically very, very, very similar to which? Autogamy. Genetically, obviously, because plant same hai, so gene pool is same, so that is genetically same. Now both geitonogamy as well as your autogamy, right, they do not result, अगर genetic pool same है तो they do not result in genetic variations in the progeny. They do not result in that. Then he has asked you another, but they are functionally cross-pollinated. Because why it is saying that? Because that is geitonogamy. What happened in geitonogamy is different plants, different flowers are there. Geitonogamy and cross pollination both involve different flowers and a pollinating agent. So functionally they are cross pollinated, but genetically genetically that is same, right? And a what should I write here? And a pollinating agent, right? So functionally it is not the same, but yes, genetically it is same. So that is the correct answer of this question. So the last question I'm taking is, what will be ploidy of cells of first nucellus, MMC. MMC is here it can be microspore mother cell or megaspore mother cell he is taking. Then functional megaspore, and the last female gametophyte. I'm not going to answer this. I'm leaving this question to you. If you have doubt in this, or if you feel that you should answer this in comment section, you want me to check your answer, then please feel free to mention the answer. I will definitely check, and if there will be any kind of correction, I will do that, right? So answer this question, and I will meet you tomorrow with the same assignment number 2. We will continue with the pollination as well as female